Everybody, this is Adele from Just Say Scrap, and I'm here with Technique Tuesday. We are actually in Marienplatz, which is Mary's Plaza in Munich, at the Christmas market. And we just wanted to show you a little bit of the Christmas market before we started with showing you our technique this week.
Today we are going to be painting a beautiful landscape scene that can be given as a gift this holiday season. So we just wanted to show you how to do this. So we're actually going to be using some table salt as well. I just have one of our flat water brushes here, and I'm going to take one of the darker blues. So I'm probably going to take number 28 in our palette if you had the Close to My Heart palettes. And we're just going to start by really kind of saturating this upper part of our watercolor paper. And then I'm just going to use the back side to kind of indicate this is where I'm going to want my tree to end up being. So this is the bottom of the tree. And so what we're going to end up doing now is that I have that. I know I saturated it a lot, but we're going to let this dry. But before it completely dries, I'm just trying to rub off some of it to the middle here. Before it completely dries, I'm going to clean off my brush. I need some more water on that because I saturated a lot. We're actually going to take some table salt. So I've got my table salt here, and I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm going to pinch, and we're going to just put the table salt around where the tree leaves would be. Just taking a few pinches and putting some table salt there. And then I'm also going to just take a little bit and put it along the edge. So where we would have like some trees in the background and stuff like that. We're going to let this completely dry and then come back to it. All right, so everything is now dry, and we're going to just remove, well, maybe not yet. Let me shake off the salt. So as you can see, when I remove the salt, I've got a cat hair in here. We'll move that later. When I remove the salt, you can kind of see where the salt reacted with the water and the watercolor. Honestly, I probably could have used bigger grains of salt and you would have seen more reaction, like a sea salt or something. But it still looks really cool. I'm still getting the effect that I was going for when I was doing this and with the video that I first saw. So I'm actually going to take this brush first, and I got some water there accidentally. But I am going to now paint some, make it look like we've got a tree limb here, and paint some branches and all that stuff. So. All right, so it didn't turn out exactly how I had wanted. When I saw a video of it, I saw it on Facebook or something. They, I think, use bigger salt crystals. So actually when you put the salt down after using the water, what happened was it takes out a lot more of the color. So you get left with these big white, beautiful chunks of area that look like leaves. So when you're putting down your black lines and stuff, it really does look like the branches of a tree, and a little bit less full than this, but they also do the same thing along the ridge line, which I thought was really cool. But I just kind of, when it didn't work out exactly how I had planned, you know what, I just went in there and I used some of my color that I have from my color palette, and I just tapped it a little bit more, and I actually am really happy how this came out. I am not very good at watercolors, so the fact that I'm able to create something that I think actually does look like a tree and kind of be able to play with these. As you see here, I'm even expanding a little bit more. Probably should stop touching it, but you could kind of really see that it is a tree and it's in a white, you know, forest, or a snowy forest, I should say. And I really kind of like how this looks. So this is just something fun. You could obviously do this with multiple different colors. You don't obviously just have to use a snowy pattern. This would look really cool with something that was like autumn leaves and putting different colors down. But just showing, after we take up the washi tape, this was a 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, I believe. I mean, it's just bigger than a 5 by 7. So it could be framed and have a nice frame around it. But honestly, even when this dries, I bet you could write like winter wishes really pretty in the top area. But I think it actually came out pretty nice. So that's just a fun thing. If you want to play with watercolors, this I feel like is a gift that somebody would really appreciate if you gave them a bunch of watercolors, especially if you're trying to do more homemade gifts this year. I think this is something really pretty. You could do a bunch of different scenes like this and have the tree in different areas on the canvas. But all right, that is our little wintry, snowy scene made with watercolors. We will see you next week for a video I am very excited about. So, all right, we'll see you then. Bye.
And that's Technique Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you are enjoying our little snippets of the Christmas markets I'm visiting. See you next week.